Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Boom. And today, we're going to be taking a look at Kebarp by Cem Olcay. It's a Cem Olcay app, so it's rad. It's Ode. Hello, welcome to the show. My name is Jade. This is How to App on iOS. I hope you're all doing good and fine and dandy out there. We have a bumper little app to look at today for you all. We have a fantastic featured artist to close the show with a pinned comment up the top. You can see it is James Timms. And then we're going to bounce you over to Thomas Christ, who's going to be playing your music live. Your most rockin' music for the next, I don't know, however many hours he wants to do it for. Good stuff. Let's say hello to folks here in the chat. We'll catch up some news and stuff, and then we'll get into today's App Mix Clubs in the house. That song you sent me yesterday, Mixie. Gish, gish, gish. Greg O'Sullivan's in the house. Thomas Christ is here. What's going on? Cem Olcay, the developer, is here. Cem is the mastermind behind today's app that we're looking at. Thank you always for being here, Cem. I love it when our devs come along. Just like yesterday, we had Matt Fetcher here for his app that still hasn't been released, apparently. Is it ever going to get released? Shall we have a quick look? Audio Kit Pro, still not out, man. Still not out. Yep, see, still not out. There it is. Look, still not out. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. What is going on, Apple? I don't know. Yes, you can become a Wart Warrior, as Thomas says here, by clicking the join button, our members thing. And we've got a quiz coming up this week, or this coming Sunday if you're in the US, if you become a Wart Warrior. And the quiz is actually happening this week, so don't fret. It's really going down this week. If I can find the thumbnail, it's that old. I have to go back. Here it is. Your Music Trivia 2. So we'll be 50 questions about people in this community who make music. So, you know, get yourself all caught up on all your knowledge on people around this community. There's plenty of them here in the chat. And there's questions about a lot of these people here who are in the chat right now. Trust me on that one. So you get to be a part of that as a Wart Warrior with $1 membership per month here on Le Channel. Goody Gumdrops, Hugh Caldwell, what's happening? We got Audible Videos. He's here for a Brad BQ. And Brad Example, hello. Brad's got a show coming up this weekend. Be that guy, Brad. Advertise your show here in the chat. Make sure you tell everybody. Please do so. I want everybody to be at your show this week. Leela is in the house. Rise of Dark Leela. She just performed live as she does every week. 3 days a week. She's on before this very show. US, what's that? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've got to think US times. So you should go and subscribe to Leela so you can check out what she does. She does an app tutorial a week or a music tutorial, some video photography stuff the day after, and then she does a live performance each week. Who else do I see who's in the chat? Counterfeit Self Band Page, welcome aboard. Mix Club, I think I got myself talking to myself. So yesterday was a big day. Let me tell you that. I'm feeling that. Hey, Zelinsky, what's going on, my friend? Hello, hello. Yesterday was a big day. So I went out and filmed the finale episode to season 3 of Walk With Me. And yeah, it was a big day. It was a really big day. I went back to my home where I was, you'll see. I went to visit my mum at her gravesite. It was... I took a tumble. I fell over. I hurt myself. So I'm a bit injured today as well. I'm not feeling so good. And I now have to edit this stuff down. Let's show you a clip from the show. What can I show you that doesn't give away too much? Here we go. Here's a clip. Let's hit play. Unedited. Funnily enough, this building here used to be a bank. But looking at it now, with the shades down, the steel door, the way the blinds are down, that's a strip club, if I've ever seen one. Or a brothel. Cameras up there. How is there a fucking strip club all the way out here? Well, I guess we've seen a whole bunch of massage parlors. If that's not a strip club, gotta be I'll eat my own shit. Look, I'm telling you that. That is a strip club. Like, wow, look at it. From being a bank to either a strip club or a brothel. I'm not looking down on it. You guys know what I used to do for... Anyway, I'm not going to give you any more. So that is part of... What did we film yesterday? 93 clips to make up the episode. And I'll be editing that over the next day and a bit to put together the season finale of Walk With Me. And hopefully you can come and join us. Hi, Falcro. Falcro's in the chat today. Good to see you. Also, some other housekeeping. Metalhead Hippie has an anniversary show this Friday as well. I think it's after Walk With Me. It looks like it's a bit of a time change, so it's after Walk With Me. Me and Matthias Prakowski have a premiere on that show. We have been writing a song together, so that is being released on Metalhead Hippie Show. Just some news, get all this stuff out the way. Tomorrow we are interviewing Crimson Crux, so lots of cool stuff coming up on the channel. All right. Let's do the ogery and jump over to the beat community. Nothing has changed since yesterday. Absolutely nothing. Harmony Bloom is coming to iOS. Everything that was here yesterday is here. Price drops, K7D, tape delay, patterning 2. Korg still has apps on sale. So Synthmaster 2 and I think Synthmaster 1 are on sale. If I go to the bottom and move to the next page, see if there's anything else worth mentioning. Synthmaster 1, yep. We got Agonizer and KB1 Keyboard Suite and Artifacts. So Spatializer, Terra Pro, whole bunch of apps on sale. But today we're taking a look at this. This is Kebarp, however you like to say it. I don't really know. I'm just going to say Kebarp because it sounds like kebab kind of thing. There you go. There's a link. Go and check out. Hit that link. Go and set a reminder. See Brad Example perform this week. He does it every 2 weeks. And the shows are always great and always get more viewers than everybody else. There you go. So, Kebarp, $5.99. We have the developer in here, Cem Olcay. He makes great apps. You know, I think the sun shines out of Cem's ass. He just makes great stuff. So, let's load up a project that I made this morning because last night I was so fucking tired. I didn't get a chance to do anything. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Kebarps, all set up, sending to different instruments. We've got some drums in there as well on the end, I think. Yep, there's just a kick drum. And all of them I've got connected to one of Cem's other apps called BrainBud. So I can change Kebarp. So I can change the scale. All right, so we're just going to kick off. I'm going to bring up the virtual keyboard so you can see what I'm doing here. Now, all these are connected, the Kebarps, or all the Kebarps are connected to the virtual keyboard and my standalone keyboard, my external keyboard. So let's just hit play and see if I can get all this in time and make it happen. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Alrighty. So you can see what's kind of happening there. We've got 4 of these and they're all running at different steps, different rates. So they're all creating different kind of things happening there to create the mix of sounds that makes up what we just did there. So we'll close all this out. And what we'll do is I'll make sure I've saved this. I like saving my projects. It's the right thing to do. And we'll clear this out and let's have a look at how this thing works. An Oj. So it is a MIDI processor, just so you know. It's a MIDI processor. It makes no sound, just like all of Cem's apps. It makes no sounds. It creates MIDI to send to AV3s, to send to maybe an external keyboard, external synth if you have one of those as well. So there's those options. It doesn't generate any sound. It just sends notes to places, just so you know. I'm just going to load up, as always, a simple piano because we just want to see how it works. I'm going to load it up in here. Hello, Joe Glenn. I hope you're doing well. Boom. Okay, let's connect it. So like with anything here, we can go in, hello, Limey Redneck. We can go in here, hit our output, and we're sending data from Kebarp to Piano Tech. So now everything that is generated in here will be sent to the piano. And just for the fun, we're just going to add an L tether on here, like some nice reverb, take out some of that wet mix, turn up some of the dry mix. So now we should get some piano. All I need to do is go over here and I need to select an input because you have to play the notes in, right? So we're going to go to my external keyboard. And now I've got my external keyboard connected. Now, did you see? Haha, this is where it gets fun. So this is the opening pattern that you get when you load this up for the first time. And you can see that's a pretty standard pattern, yeah? If I hold down a key now on my keyboard, let's just hold down a middle C. It's going to keep playing that. So one of the major differences with this app compared to most of other Cem's apps is you can choose a scale normally and a note, yeah, a root note. But you'll see when I go into the settings here, settings can be found in the bottom corner, right, like all of Cem's apps. There's just a scale, right, because you are triggering the notes with a keyboard. So you are triggering the notes. So there's no need to have a root note in there. You are controlling this as it goes, yeah? All right, let's bounce back over here. Give me a sec. I'm just going to need some coffee. Yesterday was a day. Put it this way. The walk with me tomorrow is going to be an adventure because I sat at my mum's gravesite and cried my eyes out. So you better bring tissues to tomorrow's episode. It's a doozy. Now, let's go across the bottom. So with all of Cem's apps, you can set patterns, and you can have as many of these as you want. You can add a new pattern if you like. Okay, so you can do that. But let's talk about these sections first. So you've got a minimum octave and a maximum octave. And these are represented by these numbers up here, right? So and you can draw this stuff in. See how we've got this pattern here? I can just now go and draw whatever I want in. Hold down a note. Now you notice when I drew diagonally up the screen there, It didn't exactly just fill in all of the, it's following the scale. You can't slip outside of the scale. There's no way you can get bum notes in here because it's following this scale. And the scale is currently set to whatever note I play. And it's currently, when you first load it up, it is set to a major. So this is a C major. I think it is a major. Pretty sure, yes. Beautiful. Hello, Chad Freeman and Sean Chandler. Welcome aboard. So you can set a minimum octave and a maximum octave. And you can go all the way down to -4. And notice what happens. See how these numbers change? We get more numbers along here. Now, if I go to the maximum octave +4, look at all that. So we've now got craziness. So you can set your scale, and this is represented by the numbers down the side here, yeah? So 0 all the way out to 36 and so on, yeah? But we're just going to bring this back, keep it kind of sensible for now. We'll just do let's do a -2, yeah? Oops, -2 and a +2. So we've got a fairly wide scale there. Now, if you've drawn something in and you want to remove a note, you can just tap on it like this and it's gone. So you can have rests in there as well. All right, we can go in here and create some rests. So you've got that kind of thing you can do as well. You can draw stuff in. It's completely up to you how you want to do this. Or you can do every single note. You can go in a line, right? And you're just going to get, let's try and draw straight. That's what she said. Hey, covered by CQ. So it can be used like a sequencer as well, yeah? So it kind of is, it's an ARP kind of cross sequencer kind of thing. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about steps. So you can go in here and you can change the steps of this. And you can go all the way up to 64. And hit done. And look, now we've got this. So now if I hold down a key, it's going to stop at 16 but keep playing. Watch this. It's still playing. I still have my finger held down on the key. And still playing. It's still playing. And it's going to get to the end and it's going to come back around. See that? So you can put huge gaps in there as well. So, what's really nice, if you got 64, that's your maximum steps, and you can go all the way up to 64. You can come all the way down, just do 1 if you want. And it's just going to keep repeating. Now, my current BPM of this project is currently set to 80 BPM. All right, so it's 80 BPM, but now we can go in here and change this with our rate down the bottom here. So here's our rate, and we've got all the rates, you know, all the rates, 64ths. So we can change it to this, and now hit play. To 1/8, a quarter, So you can have multiple of these running and really create some really interesting things. Okay, so we also have a gate down here, and you can click on this again, and you can zoom this down, hit play. So it's cutting off the note, it's gating it. Turn it back up to 100%, and you're getting the full ring of the piano. Let's speed that up a bit. Now we'll take out the gate, turn it down. Good stuff. So we've still only got 8 steps in here. Hello, Mr. Smith. We can go in and change the variety in here. So let's turn this up and see what it does. We'll go to, like, I don't know, 76. We've got velocity. We can control the velocity. So the variety here is for the gate. So this first variety is the variety of the gate. So if we let's bring this down to like 50, 59, say, and then we go into the variety and turn this up to, I don't know, say about there. This will give us a variety of gate sounds. So some notes will get played longer than others. And the same with our velocity here. I've set this to 75, but we can go into the variety here. And now we're getting a variety of velocities happening. Rad. So let's talk about swing. We've got a little swing here, so you can decide how much swing you want. If we now hold down our key, we've got 85%. So lots of control over the swing, and let's talk about scales. We'll come back to patterns. Don't worry, there's plenty to talk about with patterns. You've got scales absolutely up the wazoo. Look at how many scales there are. What the fuck is a P fluke? I have no idea. Let's just choose it. Scales here that I've never heard of. 6-tone symmetrical. So lots and lots of scales, plenty of scales to play. Hey, and if you want to clear any of this out, you don't like it, there's an easy peasy beneasy clear button. You just hit the clear button and it's all cleared. Let's look at our settings. As with all Cem's apps, you can add patterns in here, and you can control those patterns by using a MIDI CC10 to flick between the patterns if you've got an external keyboard, or you can use the on-screen keyboard as well if you want to do that too. So settings, there's really not much to it. Let's talk about retrigger and pattern Chaining. Yes, pattern chaining. We'll change this back to a minor scale. Let's draw something in. We'll slow this down a bit. Okay, in our settings, we have this feature here that says re-trigger. Re-trigger, when that is selected, that means every time I hit a brand new key on the keyboard, it goes back to the start of the pattern. Let's show you that in action and with the keyboard. And if you keep the key held long enough, it'll just repeat and go back to the start. So there's that. It'll just bounce back to the start. But with re-trigger on, every time you hit a new key, it's going to re-trigger and send it back to the start. Easy peasy beneasy. We are at the halfway point of the show, folks. And you know what that means when we get to the halfway point of the show? It means that we have to do this thing. We have to go over and run an ad. So YouTube expects me to pay an ad, run an ad, and we do the ad, and then that will get everybody sorted. So if you want to avoid I don't know what I'm talking about today. If you want to avoid the ad, you can become a YouTube Premium subscriber. And you can avoid the ad or just skip the ad and come back, and we'll wait for you to come back. So the ad has been run. Boom. Yes, it's been run. And while we're waiting, let's show you what's coming up on the rest of this week's shows. Not that. That's coming up at the end of the week. What do we got coming up? All these things. Tomorrow, Crimson Crux coming on the show. I'll interview Crimson Crux. Should be a heap of fun. They come out of the blue and they're taking our whole community by storm. They were on Thomas Christ yesterday. Well, Nate was. But we're going to have the super duo on the show tomorrow talking about their music and find out more about them. So that is happening. And then we are doing the day after that, before the Walk With Me, we're opening with the multi-band compressor from Blease. We'll take a look at this, and then that will lead into Walk With Me, the final episode of this season. Boom, good stuff. And then let me tell you, this is happening on the weekend. I hope you're going to come and join me for this because it's going to be really rad. I can't even find the thumbnail. There it is. The opening hour this week is community covers, and I am featuring 3 new covers that I've never sung before. One from Lizard Day, one from 15th Bend, and the brand new single from me and Mateus. I'll be singing live amongst a whole bunch of other covers from you guys in the community. So hopefully you can come and join us to see me make a fool of myself trying to sing a Lizard Day song and 15th Bend. Yay. Oh dear, everybody. Our good friend Cem has dropped a code into the chat. So if you copy that code and paste it into the app, redeem that in the App Store, you have a free app coming your way. Thank you so much, Cem, for doing that. You are awesome. Let's get back over here to getting on with this. We got to cover this. So there's the code. Go grab it, copy it, paste it into, or type it into your what's it called? The App Store, in the redeem code section, or copy it, paste it in. And there's something for you. You rock, Cem. All right, so let's continue on with this thing because we've got to talk about patterns. So patterns down the bottom here, we can create multiple patterns. Like with all of Cem's apps, you can hold down on here and see how a little copy thing comes up. And I can copy this and then hold down, and then I can paste it over here. So now we've got 2 little patterns and this one. And it's been copied over, right? So now on number 2, I can change this. And now if I flick between the 2, we've got 2 patterns, right? Good stuff, huh? But the really cool thing is, between patterns, you can change scales. So while we're on this pattern number 2, let's go in and change the scale to this one. And now let's copy this. And we'll paste it over here. And here's our 3rd pattern. And let's go and do this. I don't know, can we make this more steps? I think we can do this as well too. So this one's 16 steps, and we'll change the scale to let's find something interesting, major Locrian. And we'll change the, did I change the rate already? No, quarter. And you can see when I bounce between these, they are all different from each other, and you can change the rates, the steps, and they will all be different. So let's go into this one and change this to, I don't know, 32 steps. Draw some more in there. So now we've got 3 completely different patterns. And these, as I said, can be controlled by a MIDI control. So if I hold down a note now. Now let's change pattern. So this one's really slow. Right, so 3 completely different patterns here. 1, 2, and 3. And now what I can do in here is go into settings. Let's turn off retrigger and turn on pattern chaining. What is pattern chaining? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's hold down a note and see what happens. So we're on pattern number 1. It automatically changes to the next pattern. So as long as I hold down this key, it's going to get to the end of each run and then change to the next pattern. So you can make as many patterns as you like. You can go in here and change, change the scale, change the steps, change the minimum octave and maximum octave, the gate, the variety of the velocity. You can change them all. Change the swing. I might want to put a swing on this one, right? And it's going to remember them. So let's go up here and put a swing on that one. We'll go into this second one and let's add a bit of variety for the gate variety. And do that kind of stuff. So now go back to pattern number 1 here and press a C. And you can change notes at any time you like. Anytime you like, yeah? So you're changing the notes with your keys. Can you put patterns in that have no notes and have it play for the duration of the chain? We're going to find out, aren't we? Aren't we? Yes. It looks like it. Let's see if it goes back to the start. Maybe. Yes, it did. Look at that. So yes, let's just put one note in there. We'll go back here. Hey, Perky! See if it hits this note. Yeah, it did. So as you can see, I'm just holding down this one note. But again, you can change. Because I don't have re-trigger set. It's going to hit this note. Noosh. Let's add a couple more in there, just for fun. And back to the start. So you can chain as many of these as you like all together and have them all run the pattern. Plus, the other good thing to remember, my friends, is if you've got multiples, let's try and make something. Let's go in here and just clear this whole thing out. We'll choose a scale. We'll just go to a major for now. Everything's all back, clear, good. Back to the start. Velocity, we'll put this up to a 90. That's all good. And let's try making something. Now, if you hold down, see down here, you can delete these patterns as well too. If you just hold down on them and wait for this to pop up, you can delete. And now we're back to number 1 to do whatever you want. Okay, so let's, we've got 32 steps. I'm going to bring this just down to 16 and let's make something with it. Let's show you how we got to the point of how I made something at the start of the show. We've already got a piano set up here, so that's cool. I'm going to load up a bunch of kebarps. We'll do maybe 4. And I'm gathering too, you can use Cem's other apps to send MIDI notes to control these as well. I'm pretty sure that's something you can do. We're going to find out, aren't we? So I could even like do a, I don't know. So if I send this out to all of these, is it going to work? No. I've got to send got to send, hang on, it's sending right. Did I get them all out? This one's going to go over to, they've all got to go, let's send this one to piano. Yeah. There you go, see? Right, so we've got this one here is sending out to the piano, but we've got Snakebud sending the notes. So we can go in here and get mental. Right? But we've got re-trigger on. So you can have other apps that send MIDI notes in to control this, yeah? Or you can play a keyboard to control it, or you can do a hold on a keyboard and let the note just hold. So there's multiple ways you can do that, yeah? Also, let's add in a brain bud, another one of Cem's apps. Hey, Liz, what's going on? So if I set this brain bud out to all of these, I can send it to Snakebud, Kebarp, Kebarp, Kebarp. And now with brain bud, I can control the scale of all of them, because brain bud's like it's a brain. It's the brain of anything you connect it to, right? So I can go up here, and while it's playing, I can hit a random scale, and now it's Spanish Gypsy. So here I've changed it to Spanish Gypsy, and when you go in here and have a look at these, Spanish Gypsy. You going to have a look at the next one? This one should be Spanish Gypsy as well. Spanish Gypsy. So you can change them all at the same time with one app. Now what we want to do is create. Anyway, let's get rid of this one. And let's just move everything up. I can't handle it. Everything has to be neat. I'm a neat freak. What can I say? Cool. Let's go into Piano Tech. All right. Let's make something. Let's put something together that's all different rhythms and different, the same scale, but different sequence lengths and all that kind of stuff. So we've already got a piano in here. That's this one. And we'll set the scale to, because we want them all to be the same scale. So we'll do like a Prometheus Neapolitan. Why not? Let's bring in a bass. So we'll do a bass sound. Let's use our Nerd Synth. I'm sure there's some basses in here. And we'll send this second one over here to Nerd. And let's do a search and find some bass. What do we got? Bass, split, bass, drum, bass, mono, bass. I've got to send it over, don't I? Oh, I have. What? Oh, I've got to give it a note. You've got to give these things a note, right? So I need to connect things to it. I'm going to use the on-screen keyboard for both of these. On-screen keyboard, so you can see what I'm doing here. Probably not the ideal bass I want. What am I doing wrong here? Have I got the... hang on, let's choose a Brainbird. Which was the one I was going to go? I'm losing the plot here, folks. Let's just do a Lydian diminished. That'll do. Oh, we want to... Here we go. So we've got two things running now. Let's slow down this piano. Right, so we can get really interesting with this. We've got a rate of 1/4, but we can change the steps and make them kind of uneven. We'll send this one over. So you can see you can have multiple kebarps running at different rates, different speeds, and start to create some madness. And remember, we can change the scale with Brainbud at any time we want with a random scale. Hungarian major now. And we can change the notes. Oh, what have I got? Oh, I've got to do it for all, don't I? So you can go mental. You've never eaten a kebab. So what I'm going to do is connect my MIDI keyboard. So the possibilities are quite endless. Now, no, I'm making weird shit here. The possibilities are endless. And this, I'll tell you what was I running through the other day? The Blease one. The Arpeggiator from Blease. Oh my God. Let's send the Arpeggiator from Blease out just to the piano, yeah? Okay. I think I've got to connect a keyboard to this as well. Good God, we're gonna get silly now. Is this how I was doing it? So I've got to unconnect this from here. Let's... Have I got the right one? I have. Oh, I've got the wrong one. There we go. Steps, rate. So now I'm sending the arpeggiator from Blease out to... Oh, wrong camera. Quite possibly you can do anything with it. Hello, Pete Johns, and hello, Camp G-Me. I think Camp G-Me's in the house. What's going on? So, yes, literally, you can do anything you damn well like. You can send anything through here. I love using this Blease Arpeggiator in here. It's very unique. Avant-garde up the wazoo, or you can just use it simply as a sequencer, yeah? So you can keep it very simple as well and just put in a bass line that's just, you know, like this. Right, so lots and lots and lots and lots of options. It is $5.99. $5.99 to grab this app. And again, it just goes into the huge collection of Cem Olcay's apps. How many apps do you have these days, Cem? Good God, so many. Cem Olcay. And I think I've got every one of them. Maybe. There we go. So apps. Look at all these apps he's got. I think I've got, no, I'm missing one there. Oh, that's the MIDI motion for Apple Watch. So all of these, the beautiful thing about all these apps here that you see that I'm scrolling through, nearly all of them work together. They all can work together to create randomized stuff. You've got In Theory, Brain Bud, Bounce Bud, Auto Bass, Binarhythmic, Muse Bud, Auto Drum Fills, Kebarp has been added to it. Patch Roulette, Polybud, Polyrhythmic Sequencer, Shift Bud, Snake Bud, Melody Bud, Scale Bud, Euclidean Goes to Party, Chord Bud, Up Bud. There's so many buds. You've got a whole, you've got more friends than you'll ever need with Cem's app, his bud apps. And I've pretty much covered nearly every one of his apps here on the show. So if you go and search my name and Cem Olcay, you'll pretty much find every review I've ever done. He makes great apps. Support him. He rocks. He rocks so much. And thank you for giving away code in the chat. And hopefully we'll have some to give away to Patreons. I will hit him up as usual. Snake Butt. Yep, Snake Butt. Tremor Bear. Hello, what's going on? Round Butt. Yep, Big Butt. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Cem's apps are really cool. Anyway. Today's featured artist, my friends, we are getting out of here. Thomas Cross is up next. Today's featured artist is an amazing artist, somebody who I love the absolute shit out of. And it is, of course, let me find him. Here it is, James Timms. This is a brand new track called The Horde. He's just dropped, I think, today. So we're going to have a play at this. Pinned comment if you want to go and check out Tim's music, James Timms' music. Tim, what am I saying? There's a link, also a link tree, so if you want to go and do all that stuff as well, you can go and check out the rest of his music. This song's rad. James has a fucking mad voice. It's just wicked. All right, let's Oj. We'll see you tomorrow for the interview with Crimson Crux. This is James Timms, The Horde. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Stay awake, folks. Let's fucking Oj. James Timms, The Horde.
Say my name, lay the blame, make the claim, it's not easy. Settle down, we'll bear the crowd, try not to drown, become one. I'm the many, not you, rising
See you all over at Thomas Christ for You Rock. I will dump you there. If not, there's a comment there in the chat you can click on. See you tomorrow. Oj.